Hey guys, this is Dabs. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to have you join me. In this tutorial, I want to walk you through how to create a pet website with WordPress, literally for free. To be more specific, it will be a pet care website. However, it will be a general website that you can use for whatever services you want to render within the pet niche. This is exactly what we are going to be designing in this website. So you can see this beautiful website. The entire design of this website will be available for anyone who buy their hosting through my affiliate link. If you buy your hostinger or any hosting I have in the video description to my affiliate link, you can reach out to me. I will give you this template so that you can just easily customize this. Use this template, install it on your WordPress, and then just change the text. It will make things a lot easier for you. So you can see the service page is here too as well. Literally the same thing. You can request for a quote. You can just drop your email and your name and get a match. Somebody is sitter for your dog. You can just do whatever you want to do here. Beautiful, beautiful website here. And this is exactly what I want to show you how to design in this tutorial. Literally for free, we are going to be using a free template to design this website. So if you are excited about this, let's get started into the tutorials immediately. So the intention of this tutorial is to make it as beginner friendly as possible. I want to make it step by step for anyone regardless of your experience designing a website, whether this is your first time you're trying to design a website or you have loads of experience with WordPress. So either way, I want to carry everyone along, and that's the reason why you can see hosting on my screen right now, because for you to have a WordPress website like this, you would need to have a domain, which is the address of your website here. In my own case here, it's dapsbrook.com. You would also need a server that would house this same website here that would display it on the World Wide Web. And Hostinger is my recommended budget-friendly hosting. So in case you have an hosting account already and you have a domain name already, you may want to skip this part, and that will take you to the video description where you can check out for the timestamps for you to be able to navigate the video appropriately if you don't have an hosting account. So you can check the video description for you to see a link to come to Hostinger. That link is an affiliate link. It means that if you buy through that link, I will get a certain commission, and that's the only support you can give to this channel. I'll appreciate if you can do that as much as possible. And using my link will qualify you for this 75% off, and also for you to get a 3-month free. That's not everything you will get. In the video description as well, you will see my coupon code that will give you an amazing 10% off. That's a fantastic deal. So if you come down here, what you need to do is just hit this claim deal button. It will bring you down here where you just need to choose your preferred hosting plan. As you can see on the website here, it is said that the business plan is the most popular. You can go for that, but from my experience, the premium plan is always good enough. So I'll toggle this on the premium plan, and I can add this to cart. So the next step in this process is for you to choose a duration for your plan. And if you scroll down here, you will see that you have several options, from the monthly plan, which I never encourage anybody to use, to a 12 months, 24 months, and the 48 months plan. The 48 months plan here is the plan that has the 3 months for free. But this is Hostinger saying that we reward people who invest in us on a long-term plan. So you can see the amount as well here, 2.99 for a 48 months plan. Then 24 months you'll be paying a 3.09, and 12 months you'll be paying $3.19. That is as at the time that I am filming this video. Hostinger reviews these prices from time to time, but one thing that is constant is that you would always buy cheaper if you invest on a long-term base. And that's not even everything. One thing you will notice here again is your renewal fee, and that's very, very, very important anytime you are buying any web hosting. So you can see here that if you invest in a 48 months plan, you will be renewing at 7.99. Here is 8.99. Here is 9.99. So it's your decision right now to sit down and choose whichever is best for you. I will always advise you to invest as long as possible as you can. So if you choose a duration, you can come down here, you will be able to see that you are qualified for the 75% plan discount. That is $732 of the amount you should be paying. You should be paying $575.52, but you'll be paying $143.52 for a 48 months plan with an additional 3 months free. And that's not all. Like I told you, you will also see my coupon code that will give you another 10% off. So you can just use my coupon code called DAPS, and then you apply this. That will give you another slash down, and now you can see that you'll be paying more than $29.17. And then scroll up here for you to select a payment method, a credit card, PayPal, or whatever method is okay by you. Is quite optional for you to fill in your details here, like your first name and all of these things here. But one thing is very much important here is for you to submit a secured payment. So I will skip this process and I will see you at the other side. So after submitting a secured payment, you should have an option like this for you to set up your hosting. But if you're creating your account for the very first time in Hostinger, you should have the option for you to create a password. You can also check your registered email account for you to get emails from Hostinger confirming your payment and giving you a link for you to continue the onboarding process. And here you'll be asked whether you want to use WordPress or you want to use an Hostinger website builder. And I did mention that the reason why I don't have the option for me to create a password is because I have several hosting plans in this account. So I already have a password set for this account. I already have other hosting plans and some domain that has been registered on my existing Hostinger account. So right now we will select WordPress for the purpose of this example. And here I need to create a detail for my WordPress account. English is my preferred language. Make sure you make your password encrypted. You follow this order: a number, a lowercase, symbol, uppercase, in that sense. Uh, then we hit the next button, and then we will be asked what we want our website to look like. We're going to skip this process. Do you want pre-selected plugin? Skip this process too as well. And this is where you want to select a website name. So if you just bought an hosting account, you should be able to register a domain name for free. So if you come down here, you can just type in any domain name you want to register, and you see the option for you to register it literally for free. I have a domain name on this account, and as well here, as you can see, I can use a temporary staging website, but I would just want to use a domain name that I own. I registered this domain in my previous video, so I will just hit the next button. In your own case, type in your new domain name and then check out literally for free. And the next thing we want to do here is for us to select the server location for our website. Ideally, your server should be closest to where your target audience are. So if you are in the UK, for example, and you want to create a website for people in the United States you want to sell, your server should be in the United States. So this United States here, Arizona, is good for the purpose of this example. And I'll hit the next button, and you can see here WordPress is literally installing on our Hostinger server. This may take some few more seconds, so we're going to give this time to finish up. Fantastic. So we have WordPress set up on our domain, and this is literally beautiful. So right now, before we continue to go to our website, the first thing I like to do is to come to security and come to SSL. I need to confirm that SSL was installed correctly. Fantastic. So we can see here that SSL has been installed correctly on this domain name. So we can come back to our dashboard. And the next thing I can do is for me to view my website by clicking this link here. This will take me to the front end of our website. So you can see here, I already have dapstools.com live on the World Wide Web with the default 2024 WordPress theme. This is amazing. So let's come back again to Hostinger here. You will see a place here for admin panel. So if I click this link, this should give me a secure direct access to the back end of that WordPress website. However, when you were creating an account like I did earlier, I created a password for my email, so I can just literally come back here and just do wordpress.com/vp admin, and this should take you to the back end of the WordPress website where you can put in your email address and also your password. So this is exactly how to access the back end of our website. But Hostinga has made this very simple. With a click of a button from here, we can come to the back end of the website just like this. So now that we have WordPress installed, we need to design this website. This design here is not exactly what we want. We want to have exactly what we have on this website. So now let's come back to the backend of our website. So first off, we're going to come to appearance. We're going to come to themes. So we need to install a theme that would guide us so that we can have a replica of this same website here. So now let's come back here. So we can come to add new theme. And the first theme we have here, aside from the default WordPress theme here, is Hello Elementor. So we're going to be installing this theme and also activating this theme. Good. So this theme has been installed and activated. So now I can delete this old theme here. I can just literally delete them away to keep our WordPress website clean. Fantastic. So we now have Hello Elementor installed. So the next thing we want to do is for us to come to plugins. Let's come to install plugins and let's see the plugins we have. We have Hostinger installed here. We have Lightspeed Cache installed here. This is a fantastic plugin to leave on your website. However, since we want to design our website, we don't want to cache our website right now. We just want to deactivate this plugin. So once we are done with our website, we can activate this plugin. This plugin will give you amazing speed once you are done with your website. The next plugin here is Hostinger. I really don't like using this plugin, sincerely. That's for me. In your case, you can leave it, and I would just like to delete this plugin entirely. So now let's install the plugins that we would need for this website. So we will need to install Elementor. Elementor is a paid builder plugin. So this is the plugin we'll be using. It's a drag and drop page builder that we can use to design our website. So let's install this plugin. So the next plugin we're going to be installing as well is just the plugin beside this Elementor plugin, which is Elementor Header and Footer Builder. We want to be able to build an header and footer for our Elementor pages. So we're not going to be activating this right now. Another plugin we need to install is called Met Forms. This plugin will help us create forms on our website. So let's install this. The last plugin we're going to be installing here is called Envato. We would be installing this plugin here called Envato Element Photo and Elementor Template. It has 1 million active installations. That is a fantastic plugin. So let's come to all the installed plugins. So you can see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugins installed here. I would want to activate all of them except for the Lightspeed Cache. Like I told you, once we are done with the website, we can activate this plugin. So I'll come down here, I'll come to activate, and then I'll click apply. So the first thing we want to do right now is for us to come to Envato element, and if you come to the far left here, you see a place for elements. You can just come to a place here called free kit, since we want to design this website literally for free. So let's search for pet to see any template we have around pet, and we're going to hit the search button, and then we have this template here, literally the same thing we have here. Isn't this amazing? Literally for free. So we would be installing this kit into our website. So just like that, this kit has been installed. Before we go into the key to see all the templates we have, we need to create some pages on our website. So now let's come to pages and let's come to add new. We're supposed to even see all of the pages we have first, but it's okay for us to add new pages. All right, so I'll close this and I will create an home page. Before I publish it, I can change the template from default template to Elementor full width. That's very, very important. You can do it now, you can do it later, it doesn't really matter. And then I'll publish this page, and then I will add a new page as well. I'll call this the about page, and then I'll publish this too as well. Let's cancel this. Let's make this Elementor full width, and then I'll publish this, and I can add a new page as well. I can call this service page. Fantastic. So I've been able to create all the pages that we'll need for this website. So if you come down here, it's the same thing. The home page about services, team, event, contact, then booking, which is booking sitter. So that's exactly the same thing we want for this. So we have these pages here created. Before doing that, I think I have the privacy policy page here. This is default from WordPress. And I think that's the only page that is different from the one we created here, and I think that is fantastic. So this is everything we want to do here. So the next thing we want to do right now is to create a menu. So if you come down here, you can see that we have this menu here. So let's come back here. Let's come to appearance. Let's come to menus. And we want to call this main menu. Call it whatever you want. That's fantastic. I will add this to the header and then I'll create this menu. So menu has been created. So right now I can then now add everything I have here. I can select all and then add this to my menu. So right now I need to rearrange this to suit my style. I can just come to here. I want home page first. I want the about page next. I want my service page next. I want my event page next. I want my theme page next. And then I want contact and then booking. All right, so that's it. So I can save my menu, and that's it. Menu created successfully. This is super simple, right? So now let's continue. The next thing we want to do right now is for us to create a header, something like this. For the purpose of this example, we will not be using a footer. We will leave this as is. Just a menu alone is fine. In your own case, you might want to create a footer. Maybe you want to add links at the footer here. That's fine. Then I can come down here under my appearance here. I can see a place for header and footer. You remember we installed that plugin for Elementor earlier. So right now we don't have any template here. I can just click add new, and then I can call this header. That's okay for tutorial purpose. And then I can come down here, select an option. I can call this header. I want to display this on all pages. In your case, you may want to have different header for different pages. That's okay by you. I don't want to do anything around the users. I will just publish this header. And then right now I can edit this with Elementor. Fantastic. So we have Elementor here. So now we have Elementor here. Right now we want to create a header inside of Elementor, and this is super simple and easy to do really. So I hit the plus button here. I can select a direction for this container here. I want to make this container full width. It's okay. I want to set the minimum height for this container to be 80 pixels. That's okay. And inside of this container here, I just want to add my menu and also a logo here. And This logo here is just a random logo I picked up on Google. So I didn't design this logo, it's just for tutorial purpose. So I'll be using the same logo for this tutorial tool as well. So I can come back here, I can create another, I can just bring another container, and then I can duplicate this container. So I have two here. So the first one here is for my logo. So for us to be able to do that logo, I need just bring in an image here, and then I can't. So I have the same logo here. I will just select this into my website, and I think that's beautiful. And the next thing I want to bring in here is to type in navigation menu. Then I have this menu here. I will just bring that into my website. And I think this is beautiful. So now I can just drag this to suit this. I can just click this as well for me to be able to set some alignment. I want to align this to the center, and this is good. Everything at the center. And for my menu here, this is quite very big. I want to reduce this in size, as a matter of fact, something smaller, right? And then for this here, this menu here, I might just want to align these to something like this, or maybe to the center, maybe something like this. But to the end, I think is fine for the purpose of this example. So right now I can come back to the menu, and then I can come to my last menu item. This booking here, I may just want to make this a button. That will just give it that feel. And that's quite very, very beautiful, right? So I can view what we have in full screen. So you can see this is full screen here. I think I need to just add some padding to this. This is far apart. There are several ways for us to be able to do this. We can choose to maybe edit this and not make this full width, or even at full width, might just want to reduce the size, something like this. Whatever suits your style is okay. For this, I might just want to maybe increase this a little more so that it's big. Just check this out. Maybe this is perfect enough for what we want to do. So the next thing we can do here is for us to play around with the colors. We may want to use the same color we are going to be using for this, but I will just leave this as is. Maybe I should just change this color. This green looks so awful. I can come to styles. Let's work with the button first, and then for our text color is okay. For our background color, I might just want to play with a random color. I really don't like playing with random colors really, but something around this would be good. All right, so let's use this random color. It's just a random color really. All right, so for a text color, we want our text color to be white. That's good. And for our button as well, we might want to maybe add some padding to that button. So I'll change this. And then to the left, I can make this 40 to the right. Let's do 40 to the top. Let's do 15, and to the bottom let's do 15. I think that's good. And then for other buttons here, the main menu here, let's come to the over. The over is green and I really don't like that, so let's change that color to the same color with the button. That's good right now. So if we overrun this, we have the same color here. That's good for our header here. So let's update this. So that's it. We are done here with our header. So now let's exit this. All right. So now we are back here. So what we want to do now is to create our pages. But before we do that here, let's come to settings and let's come to readings. We want to, so if we come down to our website right now, let's come to the front end, which is appstools.com. Let's load this. Let's see what we have. So you can see that we just have our archive page showing here. We want to make our home page that we created to display on our home page. So right now, your latest post is displaying on your home page. You want to change this to a static page, and we want to change this to our home page. Since we don't have a blog, we will leave this there. But if you had created a blog page, you may also want to select your blog page here. and then I would save these changes. So if you come back here right now, let's refresh this page. You can see now we have a different page entirely, which is header here, and also we have this all right reserved here, which is supposed to be the footer here, the default footer for the hello elementor. So let's come back, let's take that away since we don't want to have any footer at all. Ideally, if you want to have a footer, we should just have come to appearance here and come to header and footer, and then create a footer the same way we created our header. But right now, let's come to theme settings, which is for the hello elementor. What we want to do to take away that footer completely is to disable cross-site header and footer. So let's toggle this on, and then let's save this settings. So this is saved. Let's come back here. Let's refresh this. So you can see all right reserved is gone completely, and this is super cool, right? So let's now create our pages. We may also even want to do that from the front end here, but let's do that from the back end. It makes sense that way. Let's come to our pages, all pages, and let's start first with our own page, which is now the front page here, because we have instructed WordPress that this should be our front page. So let's edit this page in a new tab. So we were here before. Now let's edit this page with Elementor. That's good. So we now have this header here now for the page, and this is beautiful, right? So now let's come to inverter element here. You can see that we have this kit here that we installed earlier that we want to use for this website. So let's view this installed kit. So you can see that this kit here requires us for us to install Elementor and also set Elementor default typography scheme and Elementor Pro. But we're not going to be using Elementor Pro, so this will not be successful. So this tool has been installed. Elementor Pro is not needed for the purpose of this tutorial. So let's close this. If you have Elementor Pro, I would gladly appreciate that you install that on your website. But we can use this thing without the Elementor Pro, so we'll go the extra mile. Having Elementor Pro would have made this super simple and easy for us to use. So we have like 3 or even 6 home pages here, but we have one that is free for us to use. These other ones here will require Elementor Pro. There are some elements inside of this kit here that require Elementor Pro. But since we have the free one here, let's just use this for this example. So we are importing this into that page. Let's give this some time to finish up. So beautiful here, you can see we have this imported into a page. How amazing is this? You notice some error here with some of the images here. Some image should have been here. You don't know what it is, but let's just add any random image. I'll select this. So you can see the image is now here. Maybe that's not the image that's supposed to even be here. I can't tell. Um, but I'll just leave this for the purpose of this example. I really don't know what image should be here too as well. We need to find this image. So here I can just literally just delete this. Let's delete this. It's not really very useful. So that's it. So we have this page here. How super cool and amazing this is. So we have this website here, so you can just literally come here, change the text, change the images. Every element here is clickable and is editable. You can change the text right on the live website here, or if you come to the far left corner here, you can change this. So you can see this is the image here. You can change this image. This is the title here, John Doe. The same thing here, designer here. You can literally change all of this. You can, for example, for this right now, you can change this too as well. You can come down here, change the text here. This is the image here, the same image here. In case you want to change this color here, you can just come to style here. You can come, maybe not style, maybe just advanced here. You can come to the background here and you can change the color from here. This is super simple, super easy for you to customize to suit your style. So, like I said, you can change out the images here so you can see. You can click. Everything here is clickable. Everything here is editable. How super amazing is this? But one of the things you can see we have here is if you come down here, you can see that the menu is taking the color of the pages that we have. So let's come to the home page here. Same thing too for these. So this is taking the same color for every of the pages that we are using. So let's come back here and let's just, for the purpose of this example, let's play around with this section, which is for this. And by the way, Hostinger now uses containers as against the section which is outdated. So if you click on this section right now, you can see that you can convert these sections into containers. That would be literally good, but that's not what we are looking at in this tutorial. So I can come to advanced. I can just come to my margin here for my top. I can just add some negative margin, let's say 150. So you can see here, so we can still add some padding to make this a little better. So I can come to my padding, I can click this to unlink my pad, and for the top I can just do like 100, bring this down a little. So this is beautiful, right? So I can shift this up a little to just give me a perfect blend of what I want to have. And this is how to achieve this. And I believe this is super amazing. I still have some space here, which is not good. So I might still want to possibly just do maybe 200 here. So let's come back here so you can see that is gone. So this is beautiful, and I think this pattern here now makes sense for me. And I have my page here, so I would not want to spend time trying to edit or customize these pages. I want to believe that you see how super simple and easy this is and how you can easily replicate the same for yourself. So what we want to do now is to update this page. So that's it. It updated, so I can view this page. So our homepage now has this beautiful website here. How amazing is this? Unfortunately, here I did not edit our menu to carry the same front for our website here. We can edit that eventually later to increase the size and make sure that this menu here is carrying the same front as we have on our template. So the next thing we want to edit here is our about page. Unfortunately, we can see that our about page here is having index.php/about. We can correct that. That is not good for us. So we can come down here, come to settings. Whenever you have that problem, you just need to play around your permalinks. So let's come to settings and come to our permalinks. So you can see here that our permalink here is at custom structure, and we can see all of these things here, but we want to choose a post name for permalinks, which is the best permalink you can ever use for your website. And then we can save the changes. So when we come back to our about page right now, so now let's refresh this. So you can see that index.php is gone. Now we now have about here. So website.com/about. I think this is beautiful. So now let's edit this page as well first. And then let's edit this to Elementor. And then we are here. Let's come to our Envato Elementor. You see this green icon here. It will bring us our Envato and our Envato template here. So we can come to our install kit, and then we want to search for the about page. So you can see here that we have about us here. This is about us here. I have another about us here. This about us here requires Elementor Pro. However, we can use this. We will eventually do that maybe in subsequent pages. So you can see here, I want to believe that this pricing element here is what is premium for Elementor Pro. We don't want to have pricing template on our about page. If you want to, you might want to install this. and then maybe use another plugin to get your pricing table if you want to stick with the free. But you can just install Elementor Pro. You can check the video description too as well for you to see a link to invest in Elementor Pro for you to be able to use all of these templates here. So that's it. But let's just stick with the free. So we have a free one here about us here. This is free. You can preview this for you to see exactly what you have, and I think this is beautiful. So we can install this template from here, or we can just come down here and click the install template. So we will give this time to finish up to as well. Cool stuff. So we already have our about page also here, and this is beautiful. So as usual, what we want to do is to come to the section here, click this here, and let's come to advanced here. Let's click this to unlock our margin. So let's do minus 200 as usual for these two. Let's see if that could work. All right, so for our margin, we can just leave this as 100 still. Let's see if that would work. All right, so let's see what we have on the. We have this image here too as well. I might just want to delete this, but I think our header here is fine. But I think I still can do with more spacing here. Maybe I can just do 150 for the margin. And for this image here, I would just want to delete this entirely. I don't know what image that is. You might want to compare the template so that you can see what image is missing there and then re-add it manually yourself like I did with the first one. So that's it for this. Let's see what we have by clicking this here. So this is beautiful for our about page. How super sleek and cool this is. So I think that's it. So let's update this page. And our page is ready. Let's view this page. Super amazing, right? This is it. So now let's go to the next one, which is the service page. If you come here for our service page, let's see what we have so that we know exactly what we want to do. So you can see we have this beautiful service page here. So what we can do is to come back here to service page here. Let's edit this page. Let's edit this with Elementor as usual. So let's come to our Envato template. Let's select this and then let's come to our services. As usual, we have a free service here that we can import, and we have this one here. This one here as Elementor Pro. But let's preview this. So this I really don't like this for the free version of this page. So if you come down here, you can see that I have this one here, and this one here is the same thing we have here for the page. So you can see, but I can tell that there are some things here that are paid. Like this form here is an Elementor form and is paid. You only find this form feature in Elementor Pro, and also some other things here like this and these pricing tables here. These are Pro feature. However, we can use the free features that are in this page as well. So what we can do here is to ignore this requirement and let's install this template. Good stuff. Fantastic. So we have this page here installed. However, if we scroll down, so you can see this form here is Pro. You need to go Pro for you to be able to have that form. We redesigned this form ourselves, and that was why I installed Met Forms earlier. So you can stay tuned in this tutorial for us to see how that's done. And also, if you scroll down as well, you can see everything here around the budget, flexible budget, and pricing is in the Pro feature. So you can see this as well is in the Pro feature. I think this is an image here. I'm not sure what's here. But what we can do right now is for us to still bring in the free service page too as well, or template. So let's come down here. There are some things here you may want to add more to this. So let's just insert that too as well. So it means you can use 2 or 3 more templates in one page. You are not restricted to a template per page. So this is almost done. uh, Good. So now we now have this here. I think this is still loading up here. So since we have a header here, this one here, I will just delete this one away. And all these pro features here, I want to completely delete them away. Since they're pro, we don't want to use them. Let's just delete them. Good. So I like this footer here. I'm going to leave this. So this is where the free version starts. I want to delete this. We already have this one here, so I will delete these two as well. We already have this one too here, so I will delete these two as well. And then I can just make do of this, and this is literally very intuitive. We can use this for us to display our services. So in case we can change this text here for our services, then sitting here, you can put your services here and then put a price down here. This is super simple. So for this one here, I can just come down here. I can just say fee or whatever. I can do $20, maybe slash day per day, something like that. And we should be able to see that reflect on the page. So you can see here. So this is on a straight line. We may want to add a break function here. I can just do. So you can see that is breaking the page so that I have this right now on a different page entirely. We'll need to play with some code here to broaden this or to increase the size of this so that this will become very, very more prominent. However, we may just want to maybe just easy hack is for us to do this, and then I can just come to bet, and then I can just put that here, $20 per day, something like this for you to know the pricing for our services. So this is good enough to display your pricing. So that's exactly how to customize this in case you want to make this reflect your pricing, the amount you charge, whatever you want to do really. That's literally up to you. So I won't be customizing this further. I'll leave this as is. So you can see. So because I have this one here, I will take away this one here. So the only thing I want to bring in from the from the free template is this one here, and I can just drag this somewhere above here. The easiest way for us to drag section here and there is for us to just use a navigator here. So if you click this here, this you want to make sure you are copying the entire section or the entire container, however your case is. If you change this section here to container by just converting it here, so I can just drag this here and I move this up here. Super simple. You can see. So we have this here. So this is good for our service page really. Right now, let's just update this page and then let's view this page. Oh, I forgot to add this margin here. Let's edit this back with Elementor. So for the first section here, I'll click these two as well, and then I'll come to my advanced. I'll click this. I'll give this minus 200 as usual. Let's see what that is. This is good. So here I will just do like 100 is too much. Okay, this is EM, so I can just do like 10. Let's see what we have here. Yes, I can still add a little more, so I will just change this to 15. I think this is good. So this is fantastic. And then I can just update this page. And then let's view our page right now. Fantastic. I think this is beautiful. So we have this page here. So we are going to be returning the form that's supposed to be here. So if we come down to our services here, so you can see that we have this form here. So we are going to be designing that form real quick. So we don't have that here. This is good. So that's it for our service page. For our event page, same thing here. Let's edit this page. So I'm going to follow the same process. I'm going to edit this with Elementor. Come to my kit here, open this up here, and then I search for pet competition event. Unfortunately, we only have one here, and this is pro, but we're going to ignore the requirement and we're going to install the template still. So we have this here. I can scroll down for me to see. I have this image here as well. So let me just delete this image. Let's delete this. Oh, I think this is beautiful. So we have an element here that is pro. I really don't know what that is, but we're going to confirm later. I like this video. This is quite very beautiful. So if you scroll down and down, this is everything we have here. I think this is beautiful. So you can just create event. You can duplicate these things here to add more events. You can customize this page to suit your style. I might just want to update this page and then view this page. So that's it for this here for our team. Edit this page. So let's come to our Envato element here. Let's click our element as usual. This is becoming very boring, but this is exactly how to get this done. So this is the theme member here. This is free for us to use. I have our contact here. The same thing I'm going to do for our contact page too as well. So let's insert this into the page. Good. So you can see teams page here. So for this as well, I can come to my advanced and then I can do minus. We have this image here popping as usual. So we are going to delete this image. So let me come back here to my section here. Maybe I just want to add a little bit of padding more to this. So I'll change this to 150. Something like this is good for this. All right, this is good. So we have this here. So I can just update this. Beautiful. So we have that page ready. So this is just repetitive. You can see you can literally just do this in 30 minutes, have your website set up. This is beautiful. And then we can do a contact, but let's come to bookings. For bookings here, I can change this to same thing here, book a sitter or whatever you want to call your button. You can just go to your menu and change that. But maybe I'll get to that eventually. Let's edit this page. So let's come to booking a sitter here. So you can see this is also pro. So let's ignore this. Let's import this into our page. So we have that here. As usual, this page here has a form here, and that's what's pro here as well. And that's the only thing we are missing out. So we're going to be redesigning that form. We can come back here and see what that form looks like. Maybe we should have just checked that earlier. So let's come here. Let's just preview this page. So you can see the form does have name, email, message, and then send. That's everything that's there. You can create your own form. You mustn't use the same form. I will show you how to design a form real quick with made forms. So we're going to be updating all of this on these pages. So that's it. So I can close this. I can view this right now. I think this is good. There's no need to change this. So you can see this page here now has a white background. So everything is looking all good already. So I can update this. I can view the page. This is beautiful. And the last thing we're supposed to do here is the contact page. And then let's edit this too as well. Let's edit this with Elementor. So we have a contact page here. Unfortunately, we only have one here. However, you can this, as a matter of fact, doesn't even look beautiful to me. It looks so one-sided. But we can install this to keep the consistency of our design. However, you may not use this. You can just come to free blocks here, for example. There are still some free blocks here that you can choose to play with. So you can come to contact, for example. So you can see you have different designs, different contact forms page that you can easily bring here. These are just this is not the entire page. This is just like the block itself, but you can import any of these into the page. The forms here definitely are pro elements, so you would have this form. You would really need to redesign this form. If you want to have those forms here, you just need to install Elementor Pro and you have everything here. So these here are pro elements, so you can import this into your page. There are beautiful, beautiful stuff here you can really, really, really use, and that's why I like this. So let's come to our install kit and let's just work with what we have here, really. So let's just import this into our page. So you can see what we have here. Like I said, I really don't like this design much, but there's nothing I can do here. I can style this and edit this to suit my purpose. One thing I want to do here is for me to come to the background here. I want to create a new color for this background since that's white. So let's just play with the color. I can just play with the color till I have something quite very uniform. Anything here, just something like this. Good. So I have a uniform color here, and I think that's just perfect for the purpose of this example. This is just for tutorial purposes alone. So if I open this up, so you can see I did literally the same thing, something around here. So you can see I have the same color, but different colors for this one here. So you can see green just came up for me, and that's fine. So I can just leave this as is, but I think I can still add maybe more space here. So I can come down here, I can just maybe just make this 200 too as well. Yeah, like this. I think this is good. So I can just update this page. So that's it. So let's view this page. Super beautiful, right? So map here is showing. You can update the map as well to your address for your website. Unfortunately I didn't touch that earlier, but very simple. You can just click the mouse and you can change that there. You can also just go to your address, go to your map, embed it, delete this, and just paste your map directly from Google Map to the page. I think that is super simple and easy to do. So the next thing we want to do, like I said before I forget, is for me to come to my header and footer. I really want to change that text. So let's edit this with Elementor. So I need to come to my menu here. Let me come to my style. Let me come to my typography here and let's change this to poppins since the page is using poppins. So this is okay. So let's see this. So this is beautiful. So now let's update this. So the page, this page here, the template here is using Poppins. I have a Chrome extension that I use to inspect what font the website is using. So you can check what font on Google Chrome. You can install that in case you're using Chrome. So you can see if you overrun this, this is Poppins. You can see size is 16, the weight is 400, the color, you can copy all of these things from here. So that's exactly how I got to know what front the template is using. You can use the same thing. So now I've updated this. Let's refresh this. So you can see the same front here we have now here, and the website is now uniform, and that's beautiful. So you can see we have this page now here. How super simple and cool this is. So the next thing I want to do before I end this tutorial right now is for me to create a forms and then update them on those pages. So right now, let's come back here. I need to exit this. This let's close this too as well. Let's come back here. So now let's come to met forms. Let's come to forms. We'll need to go through an onboarding process here before we can use this as usual. So let's come down here. Let's go to next. Let's go to next. Let's go to next. Let's go to next as well. And then let's save changes. So now this is good. So now we can then come back to our forms. So you see we don't have any form here. Let's try to add a new form. Let's give this form one. Let's just call this one. General form is okay. You can just scroll down here and find any random form you want to use for your own tutorial. I might just want to use this one here since our form there just says name, email, your message, and then send. So I can select this and then I can edit this form. You can say Elementor is loading up here and it makes it super simple and easy. Elementor forms with Elementor page, super easy, right? So let's close this navigator since we don't need this. A lot of things we don't need here. I for the purpose you can use this as is, but for me, I just want to close this. I don't want this. First name is okay. I don't want to do last name. Let's just delete this name, email, and then I want to delete these two as well. So first name, email, and I think this is good. No, let's Control Z. All right, so I want to leave this one here, and I want to have a button here. So I'll delete this subject. I don't want to have that. Also, this question, I'll delete this two as well. All right, so this is okay. So let's customize this right now. So I want to turn off my label. I don't want to have that label. I also don't want to have this help text here, so I'll delete that as well. So for dancing here, I'll just change this to name. Super cool, right? So for this one, I'll do the same thing. I'll take away the label. I will take away the help text. You can leave this if you like it. That's literally up to you. I can just put email. All right. So for this two as well, I would uh, take away the label and I can just say message. So this is the same thing we have on our template, right? So and for our button, I want to make this justified full width and then send message. I want to change this color. I'll leave this as is. I'll change this color. Blue is a total color from what we've been using. So let's just play with random color here. Something like this. Maybe not good enough. Okay, good. So this is exactly what we're going to do here. So I'm going to update and close this. So two forms we're going to be designing. The next one is the same form we should be using on is it services right now? This one here, name, email, then match. So now let's do that same one too as well. Let's come to our forms. Let's call this form 2 and then let's make this blank. Let's edit this because we don't have any template that we can easily customize. So I can just make this one something like this. The direction for the page, this is good. I can make this full width. Right. So right now I can just bring in a text for our name. Uh, so right now, take the label off as well. For text here, I can just say name. Yeah, so I can come down here. The next thing we have is name, email. So let's bring that here. So as usual, let's turn off the label and let's leave this as email, and that's fantastic. So the last thing we want to do is to bring in our submit button. So let's bring that to the side here too as well. So we're going to leave this as submit button. Okay, I think that says match. So we're going to start this button a little. So for 20 here, I might just want to do like 100. Let's just close this. Let's do 100 here, 100 here. So let's do like maybe 20 here. Let's do like 20 here too as well. Maybe this 100 is too much. Maybe we should just do 50. Maybe that's not good enough. Let's just do 90. 90. You get the idea? If you open this in full screen, this should be on one page, and that's good. So you can see that if you come down here, they all have these round edges, so we can replicate the same two as well. So let's come to our border radius. Let's come to our border. For our radius here is 5. Let's change this to 20. All right, so that's good. You can increase that if you want. The same thing we're going to do for every of these two as well. Let's come to border radius here. I'm just going to do 20. Uh, these two as well. Let's come to style. 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 Let border radius 20. So we have this replicated here. I need to change the color for this from blue, sorry, random colors right now. Any random color will be good for this example, something like this. So I'll update and close this. So we have these two forms here, and this is good. So now let's come back to our live page here. Let's come to our service page first. So we're supposed to put a form 2 here. So let's edit this with Elementor. Let's come down here. So this one here, we're gonna delete this form. So let's search for form. So searching for form right now. We now have a met form here, so I can just drag that here, and then we need to. So we're gonna select a form from here. Form 2 is what we want to use, and that is good. All right, so you can see we now have our form here now, so we can now edit this. So that's the first method how you can add your forms. So you can just go here and view this page right now. Beautiful. So we now have a form here which is super beautiful. Maybe we might need to reduce this a little, but that's something very easy to do with Elementor. So that's it. So let's come to bookings right now. I really don't know where all these are, but you can just go there to the pages and then go and update the forms. So I remember we have one here at bookings. So we should have a form here. So let's edit this with Elementor. So the second way you may want to add this form is for you to come here. So we want to use the form 1 here. So if I click this here, it will copy, and then I can just right click and copy this, and I can come back here, and then I can scroll down here. So we see this place here. I'm going to delete this, and then I can just use short code, and I can just bring in my short code, and then I can paste my short code. That's it. I have my form now here. This form should have been 100%. So I might want to edit that. But first off, let's even update this, and then we can view our page. Right? Isn't this super simple and easy? So for our name here, we can come back to our form, and then we can edit this because it's supposed to have first name and last name. So I deleted the last name, so that's the reason why it's having that space. So I might just, so you can see it's having this here, so I can just easily just delete this. So this is now full. So let's update this, and then let's come back here. Let's refresh this page. So bingo, we have this full. So that's it. It's been a pretty long, boring video. If this process is very long and boring for you and you want to have this already designed template website here, so I can take a backup of this and save it in a plugin, maybe with WP Vivid, I can provide that for you. You can just easily install it on your WordPress and have all those pages here. So you can just go through edit this, so you don't have to design these forms anymore and all of those. So in case you want to do that, I will make that available for anyone who buys their hosting through my affiliate link. You can send me a message, and I should be able to provide you with this template so that you can easily just edit this. You don't have to start bringing, editing, installing all these pages one after the other. So that will make the process quite very easy for you. So that's my time for this tutorial. If you find value for your time, give me a thumbs up. If you have any issues whatsoever, let me know in the comment section. I should look out to help you as much as possible as I can. Subscribe to see more awesome videos like this from me. And that's it. I'll see you in another tutorial. And until then, stay safe.